Hey y'all, it's Brooke Sellas, CEO of B Squared Media, and this session of Lost to Loyal is all about higher prices and happy customers. Is it possible to have both? I say yes. So this is the video version of our Lost to Loyal newsletter. If you're seeing this on YouTube and haven't subscribed, head over to bsquared.media/newsletter and make sure you sign up. If you're already a subscriber and you're watching this on YouTube or watching the video instead of reading the article, congrats. I'm glad you're here. So the crux of this newsletter is, once again, we are in wait and see mode, right? Are we in a recession? Are we not in a recession? We know there's inflation. We know there's shrinkflation, which I link to shrinkflation in the newsletter itself if you're not sure what that is. But ultimately, what I'm saying is, as marketers, we have found ourselves at another point in time at a juncture where rising costs have become a real challenge, not only for ourselves and the work that we do, but clients. We've got more hiring freezes, more budget freezes, more of the game of doing more with less, which we love to play. So to help you ease into inevitable price increases, hopefully you're not having to raise them, but I'm assuming if you're like any other company out there right now in America, you are. So I want to walk you through an inside look at both how we at B Squared Media and some of our clients are handling and maintaining customer loyalty as they navigate these turbulent times. The first section in the newsletter talks about proving your brand promise more urgently before. If you look at the Edelman Trust Barometer, it says only around 46% of Americans actually trust brands. When customer loyalty only focuses on the numbers and not the values and the promises that you've pledged to uphold as a brand, you can get yourself into hot water. So if you have to raise your prices, how can you do it? I give you 3 steps in the newsletter, which I'll cover slightly here, but obviously the newsletter goes more into depth. Number 1 is enhanced transparency in communication. So you're going to see this one a lot from me, both in this newsletter and in lots of other content. But essentially, it involves openly sharing information about product sourcing, manufacturer process, and the rationale behind pricing structures or policy changes. It talks about enhanced communication on social media, email, live chat. You have to address these concerns that your customers are going to be having on their channel of choice. Putting one little snippet on your website or sending out one email isn't going to cover it if you're really trying to be transparent with your communication. You need to have an omni-channel approach. If you want a lesson in what not to do, just check out what happened to Delta Airlines when they changed their loyalty program without warning earlier this year. Their CEO was actually quoted as saying, "No question, we probably went too far." Yeah, when it comes to customer loyalty, pretty sure you don't want your CEO having to say something like that in regards to price hikes or customer loyalty changes. You also need to implement immediate customer feedback. So brands that act on customer feedback show that they're not only listening, but also value their customers' opinion. This means you need to make adjustments to products or services, improve customer experience, or address any of these grievances that are happening online or otherwise in a timely manner. I have an example in the newsletter, which I'll read you here, which says what not to do. Dear Sir, we have received your feedback. Thank you for commenting on our Facebook page. Our representatives will get back to you shortly. In the meantime, please check out our website for the latest range of products and services. Please do not do this. I beg you to not do this. And if you need help with this, let me know. We can have a quick chat on how I can help you tremendously, more than just a little bit, on doing this. And the third one is personalized experiences and value creation. Customers don't want to be treated as dollar signs or avatars any longer. They want to be seen for who they are. They want your promise, your brand's promise, to feel tangible and immediately. So there's lots of ways you could do this, but in the newsletter I talk about using data analytics, AI, how to tailor your communications and reward the individual customer based on their preferences and needs. One thing I say during what not to do in this section is Don't rely solely on bots to help with CX. I don't know if you've read about this or not, but Air Canada did this, and boy, did they regret it. They actually ended up going to court and getting sued and lost. If your bot gives out misinformation, you can't say it was the bot's fault, right? Implementing these 3 strategies can help your brand demonstrate your commitment to your brand promise with urgency. This should strengthen your relationship with customers and enhance the overall brand perception. The next section in the newsletter goes over strategies for pricing models. And I start out with an anecdote that last year in 2023, we actually were having another bad year. And we just knew that we had to focus on retention to grow, or growth through retention. So instead of trying to acquire, we really focused on how could we raise prices to meet the demand of our tool cost. All of our prices raised on tools and our costs raised through our team as well. So we basically knew we had to raise all of our service rates, some of which hadn't been raised in like 7 years. Yes, this is a scary thing, but as I tell the story, because we used certain steps to do it, we were able to come out the other side with 100% of our clients renewing with the price increases. The strategy that I give, which I will line out here, if you want to see the actual scripts I give, because I do go ahead and write out the scripts that we use. Again, you're going to have to subscribe to the newsletter or go read in the newsletter if you're already a subscriber to see those scripts. But number 1 is the transparency script. Why are we adjusting prices? Essentially, the script outlines why prices are going up. These tools went up by X%. These labor costs went up by Y%. And essentially, we're giving a breakdown of how every dollar is being allocated so that they feel like there's transparency in why the pricing has increased. The second one I give is a communications script, which basically goes through and tells the client or customer that something's coming down the pipe, right? For instance, starting next month, this specific product or service will see a specific percentage increase to accommodate XYZ. So if you want to read through for that whole script, again, you'll have to check it out in the newsletter. And then the third one is added value script. This is where we go through and we talk about ensuring that even though the prices are being raised, value will still be significantly greater than it was before. So we may not be able to control the costs of our tools and our team, but we can ensure that every penny the client spends with us is invested to deliver the quality that they would expect from us, but also exceeds that quality. We're going to go above and beyond to make sure that you're getting what you need, especially because we're raising these prices. Now, how many brands have you seen doing stuff like this? Probably none. If you have, email me. I want to hear about it. Otherwise, you should do this because brands aren't doing it. This is something that will set you apart. And in the last part of the newsletter, I talk about the fact that next month in May, it will be B Squared's 12th birthday. I can't even believe it. And we're doing this really fun 12 days of giveaways for our birthday. Yes, even though it's our birthday and mine, we both share a May birthday, we're giving you all of the gifts. So make sure you check that out, which we'll link here in the video, but also it's linked inside of the newsletter. And that is it, my friends, for Lost to Loyal Volume 7. We'll see you next quarter with how to take people from lost to loyal when things in CX go wrong.